I am here, located in the city of Chicago. Known for being a major Midwest financial hub, I ask as you join me, we'll unravel ourselves from mangled CPU wires, concrete towers, and grayish suits. Because Chicago has a creative spirit, the thing is, you just have to find it. Woven into the spirit of the streets, many musicians, artists, and designers illuminate this city. And
today I want to at least introduce you to me, Jacqueline Franklin. But please, call me Jackie. As a designer, I'm more than just my clothing. Process is foundational. So let's explore how I developed this collection. Love you from the inside out.
to begin, I capture surrealism art references to initiate my vision. I want to develop a gown that is an analogy to the vulnerable experience of emotional and traumatic healing through self-love. Sketching is a critical step in design. As I flesh out some of my sketches and start with combining elements of this human skeleton with florals. I want to design a theme that is conceptual in a way that speaks to surreal art influences. So I flesh out a design that is constructing for the human figure, but then also with elements of imagination. Once the sketch has been rendered, I then move on to the pattern making process. Here, this is where you'll see me drawing out my patterns. A pattern is going to be like the outline to the garment itself. It's going to help me develop the basic shape of the dress. In this concept, I also want to develop a detachable ribcage spinal cord. And then, in order to do so, I then sew up half of a muslin and create the base of the dress. And what I'm going to do with this is then sculpt out the ribcage and spine using aluminum foil engaged wiring. In addition to creating this half sample, I'll go ahead and create a full sample so that I can revise the construction of the full garment in relation to how it fits on the human body. So the dress is here, fitted on a model, and you can see lots of crooks and wrinkles on the gown. From here, I had to make the proper adjustments and mark them on my patterns. Then I head over to my local fabric jobber or thrift shop to go and see what kind of materials I can source for this project. In this clip, you'll see me rolling the clay, air dry clay, to create a sculptural spine and skeleton, but this actually was a very pivotal moment in the design process for me. What I wanted to have was the clay spine that looked like bones to then adhere it to a dress and have that beautiful bone and floral bouquet blossoming out of the spine and ribcage. However, I learned that in this process, air dry clay does not like to move, and if it does, it will crack and crumble. So defeated, I actually had to revisit my concept and developed another way to visualize what a bone, a spine, and ribcage could look like. So then I turned to an ulterior of using beading and pearls to kind of create an imagery of what this spine looks like, which works because it actually moves and sits with the human figure. Just to conclude the making process of this garment, I then added the decals of florals and leaves and corsetry to the front of the dress, and in the next clip, you'll be able to see the final reveal.
In this video, we were able to discuss what it looks like to turn art into inspiration, what it looks like to develop a concept from a vision into a physical manifestation. Being a designer is more than feeling creative in the moment. Honestly, sometimes I can truly feel like a magician, and I'm grateful to have you join me as I walk you through the process. Hopefully we can touch base again soon as we talk about the next concept that's on the way. See you next time. Bye.